to vote. It was awesome to go today and just see. I've never seen that many people. I mean, we live in a small town, and I have never had to wait in line like I did today, but would gladly do it, each and every time. So yeah, so feeling super excited and grateful.
That's awesome.
I voted my first time ever.
I was going to ask you if that was for real.
For real. I finally voted.
Thank you, God.
The palm trees brought it out of me, right?
Well, that's a win for Ben.
My wife's like, I couldn't. My wife goes, I couldn't go do it, so you have to do it. She registered her car later, so she couldn't do it. So. Yeah. But I agree with you, Monica. I'm truly grateful to have that opportunity. I should have taken advantage of it before. So all the women and men that fight for our opportunity to do that, it's the least we can do.
Exactly.
Who else has some? Laura, you guys should just be bubbly, got grandbaby fever and all that stuff. Like you got.
Right? we got out there today. It was so beautiful in Michigan today. 68. So
what?
60. No, it's 60. Well, okay. it was hot. It was nice. We got out there. We ran.
Laura's like, my energy was so high, I brought up another 8 degrees.
There you go. So yeah, it was a great day.
Awesome. Steve, how about you, bro?
I almost tied her after 4 miles, so that was my win. I could.
That's awesome.
Right? She was there.
I said, I'm either going slow or you're going fast. We're never together when we run. I'm usually farther ahead, and she's like, yeah, you're going slow. I was like, you haven't run in a bit, so it was a win to run today.
You got out and ran, you had the health to run, right?
Yep.
Russ, how about you, brother? Mike. Cheryl, I'm sorry I didn't see you on there too, beautiful. You, Miluj, please, either of you guys, anything you guys have, we would love to hear it, please.
How do I see?
Excuse me?
Anybody else have anything to share for a win?
Me?
Yes, please. You as well, absolutely, young lady.
Can you hear me?
I can, yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me? Okay, no, it's my first time. It's a pleasure to be with you, and I just want to start with you. So, excuse me, I just want to start with you, with your team, with Steve and Laura. So, I am glad to be with you.
We are glad to have you, Eluge, and I'm gonna try not to butcher your name. Eloge.
No, that's okay. Yeah. That's okay.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Hello, Whites.
Oh, better late than never.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, we're getting rocking. My mom, I'm not gonna say it till my mom gets on here. Hey, Mama, I went and voted first time ever. I thought you'd like to hear that. We'll see if we can see her face. We're doing wins. Misty, you guys have any?
Every day.
Good job. Absolutely, right?
Every day.
What you guys got, and then we'll get rocking, guys.
Want share a win?
You got a new ride, dude.
There's just so many, we can't pick one today.
No, I can say I have a lady who's been on this for probably a year, maybe a little more than a year. And I see her on a weekly basis in the office, but just out of the blue, she said to me on Monday, she said, ever since I started taking Juice Plus, she said, my joints feel amazing. They just don't bother me anymore. So I thought that was a cool win right there, just to share. You never know how it's going to affect different people. So.
Amen. Mama, do you have anything to share?
Sure help mine.
Yeah. Your cholesterol and everything else, huh?
I'm working on my Drake. Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to begin. And if I miss anything or anybody wants to share later, please let me know. No worries whatsoever. Let's see here, slideshow. And beautiful. Well, guys, welcome. I'm Dr. Kenny Harless, and I'm a National Marketing Director of Team Prosperity. I recently retired from practice. I now consult and do other things, but people often ask, why did I choose Juice Plus? And to be honest with you, it was really simple for me. My little girl. I knew as a dad, there was no possible way that I was feeding my child properly. I'm sure as a parent, many of you guys are also probably feeling the same thing and having those same type of issues. And so when I started to realize I could take this and put her on it for free, it made total and complete sense. And it's vegetables and fruits in a capsule. So I didn't start really sharing the business as much so far. When I initially started, I wish I would have seen that opportunity. I didn't, to be honest with you. But what happened, I started noticing massive changes in my family over a period of time. My mother, as she just alluded to, had some beautiful, wonderful changes. And I just started putting practice numbers on it, saw some amazing things. But at the end of the day, how I qualify anyone for that matter to see if this does fit their lifestyle is I'll simply ask them the question, are they consuming 10 to 15 raw fistful sizes of fruits and vegetables per day? And you see, if you're not doing that, then what's going to happen is you need to be doing that. And so, sorry guys, I'm trying to make sure you get all this muted up. And so basically, please make sure you mute when you guys come in. But for instance, if you're not eating that kind of fruits and vegetables, you need to take something actually to bridge that gap. Now, the second thing too, that I started to realize is people don't really like the taste of fruits and vegetables. And this is kind of a way around that. By no means am I saying not to eat fruits and vegetables, but this is a great way to bridge that gap. And it's the most researched product on the planet. Just ask Siri on your iPhone what the most researched product is, and she'll give you the answer. Now, the second thing too that I love of our products, we don't have a lot of products, but what we do have is phenomenal value and consistency. And there's just a few products that we have, so they're easy to learn and they're easy to share. And we have tons of research, but our omegas are also plant-based. All of our products are vegan, they're gluten-free and dairy-free. And what happens in this, these omegas are made with algae. So they don't use the fish, so these are far more sustainable. And the other amazing thing too is, see, fish get omega-3 from algae, and we use omega-7 from buckhorn, which actually helps stabilize omega-3. Medical research shows it helps get that omega-3 into the cells. So truly phenomenal, and some things that you can look for benefits for you and your family with just omegas. And there's 22,000 biomedical journals just on omegas. There's over 4,000 studies on fruits and vegetables. But in the omegas, they show anything from moms that are pregnant, nursing, postpartum depression in moms, joint issues and joint pain, gastrointestinal health, also hormone health, cardiovascular health, and brain health. Who doesn't want a little bit of that? Now, also too, guys, I love our shakes. Our shakes are complete. And what do we mean by that? Why we call them that? They're actually a complete meal. They're a meal replacement. And so I don't really like to say it that way, but that's kind of how they're treated. But they've got 8 grams of fiber. 6 of those grams are soluble. 2 is insoluble. They also, too, guys, what they do is they have 13 grams of protein, and it's all plant-based. And so these are so wonderful and so safe that they've been studied in MD Anderson Cancer Institution on cancer survivors. They did this study using these shakes. And what they found is they had higher protein synthesis, and they said it was easier to perform and get the daily dose of fruits and vegetables they needed, and their cancer markers dropped even against the placebo group. So truly phenomenal. One other benefit too that I really kind of want to touch base on, these are also, the soy in them is water washed instead of using hexane oil, which is a very cheap derivative, which actually is a known carcinogen. And so 93% of the soy in America is genetically modified. They're GMO'd. And Juice Plus is all non-GMO, and it's water washed instead of using that carcinogenic oil. And what this does, you see, soil has been studied massively in the LACE trials and also the Shanghai study on cancer survivors. And what they found, if you can picture this circle right here in my hand as being a cell in your body, there's receptor sites. And if those receptors are open, estrogen can come into the cell. what these soy does, it acts like a SERM, selective estrogen reuptake modifier, and it binds to those receptors and blocks estrogen from coming in. Now, why is that important? Well, you typically hear of cancers such as things like thyroid. You'll hear things like cervical, breast, prostate, testicular. Those are hormone-derived organs. So if we can stop and reduce the amount of estrogen getting into the cell, you create a proper hormone balance in the body. And so those are just a couple of benefits. One of my favorite by far, as I already alluded to, is the Children's Health Study. This study's been performed for over 21 years. And it's got 3 million families in the study, the last I saw, with 300,000 respondents. And you'll hear a lot of people talk about our company having the heart, or the company with the heart, because we actually, every adult that orders this product, you can put a child, and it doesn't even have to be your child, on this product for up to 4 years. And some of the stats being tracked by Jackson Hewitt, one of the largest accounting firms on the planet, finds that children that take this go to the doctor 66% less. They actually miss school 60% less. They drink more water, eat more fruits and vegetables, and they eat less fast food by 71%. What parent doesn't want those kind of values? Now, again, I alluded to before is the science, and I actually need to update this slide to be honest with you, but we are now up to 41 peer-reviewed double-blind studies. See, double-blind means that the doctor nor the patient knows what they're getting, and we don't borrow research. What does that mean? Well, a lot of these companies they'll see a study that was performed, and I'm going to give you an example. Maybe it was green tea extract. And they would study that, and they would have 1,500 milligrams that they found in the study would reduce inflammation. And in doing so, they would take that amount of that product and put it into their product, but never perform a study on or in that product on people. See, what I get when we get Juice Plus sent to our door is exactly what the universities such as Vanderbilt, Yale, Florida, Florida State, BYU, Georgetown, we've been studied in 8 countries, 4 continents. They get the same stuff that what we do. And so to me, that just speaks volumes. And we have 26 of our 41 studies showing positive influence on just your cardiovascular system. And so cholesterol changes, just to name a few. Now, every one of our products are NSF certified, and I'm so dense. When I had this in my practice, I took the bottles, and this might be an idea for you guys, but I would empty my bottles into little plastic bags, and I would set the bottles out in my clinic. I've had hair salons, do this, and doctors' offices, dental offices, whatever it may be. And I'll set the bottles out, and it just creates conversation piece. It's an opening, a window, if you will, to share this product. And so what happened, this guy come in and goes, "Oh my God, this stuff's legit." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, it's NSF certified. I work there." And what NSF tells you as a consumer and myself is that it's checked for herbicides, pesticides, mold, mildew, bacteria, radiation, and ethylene gas. And I'm going to explain those last two. But even more importantly, you know exactly what's in that product, because the only thing in that product has to be labeled when you see NSF certification, and less than 1% of food has that certification, and we have that. Now, remember how I was alluding to ethylene gas and radiation? Here's why. You guys, most of you live up north, right? We can only grow a garden for a few months out of the year when you're in the northern states, right? So when you grow a garden, your food tastes impeccable when you pick it when it's ripe. Well, you see, most of the farm to table stuff that people receive, they plucked it 2 and 3 weeks early, and it travels 2,500 miles to get to your table. That's crazy. So they have to pluck it 2 and 3 weeks early, and it's not ripe. And when you pull it from the source, it loses that bioavailability and that nutritional content down to a 40% reduction. That's how much value they're finding now. That's why they want you to eat so much of it. Now, when you vine ripen your produce, like Juice Plus does, they vine ripen it, grow it where it grows best. They pick it when it's ready to fall off the vine. They wash it immediately and freeze it within 6 hours to lock up all that wonderful nutrition. And they use the whole plant. So basically, they're using stems and everything. Now, when they're ready for it, They dehydrate it at extremely low temperatures, thereby protecting all the enzymes. You see, your enzymes are what allow your body to break the food down into energy. And what Americans eat, anytime you cook food, even if it's a great vegetable, kill it. There's no enzymes. It's dead. And so this is a phenomenal way to take stress off the pancreas, where 75% of your enzymes are made. And guess what? If you damage the pancreas, what that can lead to? Diabetes, weight gain. Okay, does this sound familiar? So these are wonderful ways to combat that. And when Juice Plus is made, they actually remove the water, the fiber, and the sugar, and you're left with only the micronutrition, which is like oil in your car versus gasoline. The gas are the big molecules. That's the fats, the carbs, and the protein. This is the oil. And what they're finding is low trace amounts, small amounts of fruits and vegetables in a wide variety or color variation is what allows our body to adapt and create new biochemicals in the body known as phytochemicals that help the healing process of your body. So that's a big, big thing there, why it's so important. Now, I always throw this chart in here, and it really honestly breaks my heart. And in the 17 years that I practiced, the amount of decline in health I saw in people was astronomical. It used to be 17 years ago, I would see 1-2 people out of 200-300 that would have like an autoimmune disease. And auto in the Latin means self, and immune systems, your immune system, that's what fights disease. So what that means is your body attacking itself. And when these people have autoimmune diseases, they'll always have, mark my words, digestive issues, bowel issues. And that's where 80 to 90% of your immune system lives, is in your intestines. So when people start taking Juice Plus, some of the first things they notice is how their bowel movements change. I was an athlete, took tons of weight gainer, things like that, going through college, trying to put weight on, and it jacked up my whole intestinal tract. When I started taking this, I went from loose stools to just natural and normal stools as they should be. And my immune system started to rebalance. So it's just a beautiful thing. But this here, 95% of all these diseases listed are completely preventable, medical research shows. And just by what you put in your mouth, what you drink, and how you move. Now, this right here is a list of our products. And I'm going to start from the upper left-hand corner and move across to the right, and then the next level down. Our staple, the first 2 products ever created by Juice Plus, were the 10 fruits and the 10 veggies. And the veggies, I for some reason, I'm goofy, I can always remember, but they're broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, lemon, beet, rice bran, and kale. And the fruits, you're going to get things like lemon peel, and you're going to get raspberries and strawberries, amongst other things. But synergistically, these 2 together, along with the others, help reduce inflammation. And a great way to explain this and understand it yourself to get an image is, think of inflammation in Latin. That means fire. It means that your body's on fire. So just as Dr. White alluded, that lady, when you reduce inflammation, it's like throwing baking soda on that grease fire on your stove. That woman that was complaining about all her joints hurting, that was fire in her joints. And inflammation is the root cause of all disease, whether it's cancer, cardiovascular disease, you name it. And when we're done, you can ask Misty about her mom's reduction of her inflammatory markers. I think it dropped $4,800 on her insurance premium. And this is 6 years after the last time she did it. And she was 65 when she had those numbers ran. So truly amazing. Again, they may call it anecdotal, but we see it over and over and over again, and the research proves it. The cost of the duo is $1.50 a day, and you can add a free children's health study, which means you can put 1 child on that product with that order for 4 years. Between 4 years of age and 18, they can be 18 to 26 in college as a full-time college student. And I've even seen moms, and I wish that we would have known this. We'd have had our daughter on this as soon as she had teeth. We would have started giving her the capsules, to be honest with you. Now, the trio is when you add the berries, which is 10 other berries. And this is where almost all of our research resides, is in what we call the trio. This is $75 a month. You get a free children's health study. And I forgot to mention, anytime you put a free children's health study in between now and December 31st, you get a free one-time shipment of our shakes, chocolate or vanilla, and that's 15 servings. And all you have to do is pay a $5 shipping and handling fee. Phenomenal value, especially for parents, on the run, people wanting a nice snack. It tastes great, it's phenomenal. But the cost of the trio is at $2.50 a day, roughly. When you add the omegas are $30 a month. That's an extra $1 a day, $3.50. I mean, people spend more on the Kappa Chappa Tupala, whatever they call that thing at Starbucks. So also too, you can get these in gummies, and the price of our shakes, guys, are $2.33 a serving. And so the next thing here, this is one of my favorites, is our tower garden. And there's some people in here that really, really do awesome with this. I'm not really that guy, but I do love our tower garden. And the thing I love about it, what drew me to it, is my little girl. Medical research shows that when a child grows a garden, they're 80% more aware of what they're putting in their body. Now, why is that important? Well, for the first time ever in our country, our children are actually, they're thinking they're going to live a shorter lifespan than what we do for the first time ever because of how malnourished children are. And Dr. David Katz from Yale University actually said that poor nutrition or malnutrition kills more children than smoking, drugs, and alcohol combined. So in this tower garden, it's completely amazingly economic. 95% less water is used, 5% of the space. It costs $7 a year to run it. It's an aeroponic system. Now, what does that mean? Well, there's a timer that controls your lights and a timer that controls your water. All that you have to do is sprout those seedlings. You don't even have to do that. You can actually have seedlings already sprouted, shipped straight to your door. You plug them right into the tower garden once you build it. In doing so, the water's controlled. You simply add minerals. Minerals and water is all that you have to do. There's grants for these wonderful products through schools. So yes, schools can get these paid for, and we can start to educate our children on how to become efficient and economical. And most importantly, think of the plastic that we're going to save. And you get a 30% higher yield. My tower garden paid for itself in 4 months. And so, and when you eat it, it is the best food. Like, you can't even imagine what your produce is supposed to taste like because you vine ripen it all. Now, if these products actually make sense to you, it's probably going to make sense to your family and your friends. So I want to kind of go over a little bit of the business situation here. So basically what I want to use the fruits, the veggies, and the berries, the trio right up here in the left-hand corner. The cost of this product is $300 over the 4 months. That's $75 a month. And you're going to earn 10% retail profit on whatever you or people that are underneath your customer spend on your front line. Now, in doing so, I always ask people, would you rather make $30 or would you rather make 75? And I've never had someone say 30. So here's what I mean by this. If you escalate into the 4th level of our company's sales coordinator, you get to max out the potential of this system. And you can see over here too, even the Tower Garden home, you earn income up to $167.50 sales profit. And then you can earn another $50 alone also in commissions on that due to what level you're at. Now, if you join the business with us, it's a once a year $52 fee. That's once a year, not a month, per year. You get a front office and a back office. You're also going to get a wonderful workbook with the science research. You're going to get some pamphlets as well. And you're going to have access to our team to help you share this and inspire healthy living around the world. Now, once you sign up, you get money back on your product if you start the business the same day, like I did. Here's your goal. Remember how I said it's $300? Well, that's also known as your product volume. Okay. So, and I'll go over some numbers with you, but that product volume is this. You need in a 30-day window to get 1,000 points. When you do a quad like I do, that's 420 points. So if you get 3 of those in 30 days, you hit your first bonus and you become a Partner Plus. Well, what does this mean to you? You start to earn 5% sales commission, so another $15 on that order. You also get a $50 bonus in the check in the mail, which I absolutely love because most of the time all the people get in the mail is what? It's bills. So we're going to start sending you mailbox money. Okay, you get a free Juice Plus Live conference ticket, which will be in March, I think March or April of this year, and we'll look at that. But also if you do it in, I think it's, Misty can correct me on this, 10 or 14 days, you can earn a $100 bonus check versus 50. Now, once you get that first 1,000 points out of the way, your next bonus, you have 60 days from when you, that first order to the next. You need to accumulate 1,000 points in your team. What does that mean? Well, for instance, if you bring on someone and they bring on 2,000 points in their team, another person brings on 1,000, we're at 4,000. You need one partner with at least one order, and you qualified with that. You're now at 4,000 points, and you earn a $300 bonus check. And if you do it faster, you can get a $400 bonus check and 10% commission. But you also earn 3% commission on your lines below. And we'll go through this as we go. Now, once you've created a qualifying sales coordinator, the third step, you need to help 2 other people do the same thing, and you need 1 partner plus. Once you do this, you have become a sales coordinator. This is where you unlock the potential of this marketing program. And this is where you're going to get a $600 up to a $700 bonus check. You're going to make 15% commission on all future orders that you put in, which moves that needle from $30 to $75. And please don't worry, we're going to go through this over and over with you again so you understand this, because when I heard this, I had no idea and it felt overwhelming, but we're here to guide and be your guide on this. And also too, you start to get another 3% funnel underneath the original 3% as well. Now, I want to move you ahead to National Marketing Director, which is what I reached. Thank you to all of you here with me tonight. I'm just a piece of that cog in the wheel. But here's what it does. Our company provides the best medical benefits I've ever seen. And I can say that because I was a doctor for 17 years. I pay I think it's $225 a month for me, my wife, and my daughter. That's combined. I pay 80-20 coverage. Now, the first $2,000 out of pocket, I pay 80-20. Once I hit that, it's 100% coverage. There's nothing held against you. There's no pre-existing conditions held against you. You also get disability and life insurance policy. You also too get holiday bonus pay of $1,000 just because. You also can get up to $1,850 per child for college. And this is a giftable company. So when I had my practice, if something would have happened to me, my wife couldn't take my practice over. She wasn't a doctor, but she can take this over. And those are just some of the benefits. I didn't even mention that when you hit National Marketing Director, you get a $10,000 bonus check. And this year here, they've added 4 more levels for bonuses and an extra $90,000 that you can earn. So guys, you may be asking at this point, like, why would you join? And I simply ask, why would you not? If you know people like I do, no one's eating the way they need to. And when you've seen the results that I've seen and our team has seen, it just makes sense to bridge that gap. But it's $52 once a year. We are a 50-year company, completely stable, debt-free. We're over $15 billion, the most researched product on the planet. You don't have to maintain any minimums nor maximums. You handle no product. Our job, we have 2. Become a raving fan and share the business. And do not be afraid to share that business first. I've learned this the hard way. You know, sometimes, guys, people have trouble. If you go wanting to just share another product with someone, yeah, absolutely, we know it can change your life, but they might not be in a position to buy it. But what if you flipped it? What if we used the law of polarity and showed them a way out of where they were and where they could go, how they could help some others build a team, maybe just get their product paid for. And I want to show you some of the numbers with this too as I finish up, but those are just some of the things that we're looking at. Whomever brought you to the call, please set up with them. Get started on this product, this business. If you don't want to do the business, we get it. It's not for everybody. But hey, I would recommend getting started on the product, enhancing your immune system, helping your family be its best. And we want to thank you for this opportunity. I'll open it up now to any questions that people may have. And anyone have any questions whatsoever? Sure. I want to show a couple of things. And Misty, were you going to share something too? I'm so sorry. You want to share?
Oh, yep. I had some training planned, but if you have something you want to share, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to just kind of show, like, you know, I get this a lot. People want to know, okay, how can I kind of tell people what they're going to make? Would you guys kind of like to maybe have an idea of what level you would be at and what you could earn? Would that make sense? Okay, I'll go through that real quick, okay? So basically, the QSC, can you guys see my board okay? A QSC that qualifies their business Can you just hear me okay when I'm talking at the board? Is that okay?
Kenny, I think,
Yes.
I think the board is shiny, like the light's shining on it.
Oh.
So you can't see all the letters.
Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Is that better?
You can only see the Q.
What? Here, let me turn this sucker off. Is that
There we
better?
go. Yes.
Perfect.
Sorry, still learning, guys. Me and technology. All right, so QSC, if that person qualifies their business, they earn about 500 to 750 per month. Now, I like to show this. This is the second level, right? Well, third level. So if you join our business, you're a partner. When you hit the first bonus, you're a partner plus. Now, to get to a QSC, you have to earn 4,000 points in volume. That's around 9.5 quad orders in your team in 60 days. And then you want to get to what we call qualifying your business. And those are about 18 quads to about 24 trios. And we'll explain this as we go, guys. But I just want to show people, because that right there, that can be a game changer. I mean, that's a car payment for somebody, you know what I mean? That's a huge difference, right? So, and it's residual. Now, the second thing, guys, a sales coordinator, these people average $1,200 a month. Okay. And I know sales coordinators that make more than I do because they've been in this business for so long, but they're not higher up. So they just built massive, massive teams. They just have the structure to get to the top of the company. So now once you go to, now I'm going to guess a little bit here. This is a new one that they just added this year, QSSC, Dr. White. These guys average about 1,850 to 2,000. And this is per month. Now, a senior sales coordinator, these guys do about 2,500 per month. Qualifying sales coordinator, oh, I misspoke there. Qualifying national marketing director, QNMD. They do about 4 to 5, okay? And then the NMD, they're 10. That's the average. And there's some guys that you can make whatever you want in this gig, okay? This right here, when you get the QSC, that's a $300 to $400 bonus check. That's a one-time. And what that means is the person that brought you in and helps you, they get that too. Now, a sales coordinator, they get 600 to 700. It depends. You can even express track this. And so not only do they get that, but so does their person that brought them in. Now, the QSSC, I believe, Dr. White, that's 1,000, right? They didn't have that when I did this, isn't it? Do you remember? 1,250?
What's that?
What was your bonus?
I think it was right around there, 1,000, 1,250, somewhere in there. I honestly don't recall.
I think it was like a 1K, right? And then the senior sales coordinator, I believe that's like 15 or that's 25. Yes, 2,500. So that's your next one, Dr. White. Q is 5K. And then this is 10K. And then the other ones above go 15, 20, 25, and 30, guys. So I just kind of want to show you guys. So when people ask, I learned this through Eric Worre, and you might not be comfortable as you might, but when people ask, like, what can I earn? I ask them. I mean, I'm literally like, well, what would you like to earn? I just kind of want to know a ballpark, you know what I mean? And if they tell me what's real and how many hours they want to put in and what they want to do, I can give them an honest answer. And this is kind of that number scheme, if you will. Do you guys have any questions about that? And then I'll be quiet and let Misty rock and roll.
Awesome. Thanks, Kenny. So can you give me permission to share my screen, please?
Oh, of course.
Well, thank you.
I think I can do that much.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay. I'm just trying to get the view so I can see everybody's faces. Okay, here we go. So today I'm going to go through a little bit of training. I want to talk a little bit about customer care. And I want to show you the Freedom Revolution website and where to go to get some really amazing information. So I'm not sure how many of you have been there, looked through it. I know Laura, you've been back there. I'm sure Monica, you've been back there, and Lana's nodding, which is awesome. So I want to show you what to do to get there in case you haven't done it before. Oops, sorry, that's my kiddo's grade.
Tell them only A's. Come on.
Well, one of the assignments is missing, and we're not sure why it's not graded. But anyway, that's why I was looking at it. So
It's probably my fault, Misty. I tried to turn it in for him, and me and technology.
all right, so I'm going to show you from your back office how to get there. So you're going to sign into your back office. Then you're going to go to the top here and click Freedom Revolution. And for those of you who don't know, the password is lowercase revolution if it asks you for one. Once you're here, there's lots of information up here. The compensation plan, if you're new, is a great area to look at under the United States and look through the videos on where you're at and where you need to go. But today I want to focus on the training portion. If you haven't done this before, I want you to go through and look at like customer care, events and presentations, building your team. There are so many really great resources in here. A lot of questions can be answered in here as well, but just to get some fun and exciting new ideas. So let's focus on customer care for the moment. And once there, we'll scroll down and you can see that there is a Vimeo, so you can watch that. And then there's some basic customer care, some customer care plus, how to access the customer portal, and the experience survey. So if you have somebody that's new on Juice Plus, you want to send them a survey. Gosh, Dr. Kinney, do you remember how long they said after, like a month or two, or right before their next shipment?
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to do it, guys, right? Like, thank you, Missy, for bringing up. That's a great point. So if you know a person and they're getting great results, I don't care if it's in 2 or 3 days. I would send it then. The best time to like plant a seed like this to help the referrals is when somebody is very thankful and they're doing great. Now going back to what Misty said, yes, Misty, I would agree with you. To be systematic and make sure we're not missing things, yes.
I think before that second shipment in the least, you want to send it because you want to make sure they remember why they're taking it. So if they're like, well, I haven't really noticed anything, that's still a great time to send the survey, because maybe they'll notice something, or if it's really close to that second shipment. Oops, I clicked on it. So this is what the survey would look like. So they would be able to kind of answer and go through those. There's
and this is so, I'm sorry, Misty, this is like, and Dr. White, you can attest this, I'm sure, Misty running the clinic, Russ, I know you own another business, but it's much, much, much easier to keep your customers than trying to replace customers. So this single step can cut down just attrition big time. You know what I mean? So I just want to throw that in there. It's so much easier to keep people and keep them happy than trying to replace those all the time. So sorry, Misty, I didn't mess up your flow.
Yeah. No, he's absolutely right. So if you're, if you haven't looked through this, please take the time this week to look through the basic customer care, to look through the customer care plus. If you don't have a system on how you're taking care of your customers, this is the first thing you should be doing to help grow and sustain your business. So for instance, one of the things, you want to do is once you get leads from the company, and you get those once you hit sales coordinator, as long as you fast track, you want to call them, you want to follow up and make sure that they know who you are, and then leave them a message. If they don't call you back, just let them know in the voice message you're going to send them an email with your name, your phone number, and the best ways to contact you. And then ask them the question, and please let me know what's the best way you like for me to communicate with you. And that way, you're not bugging them in a way that they don't like. Also tell them that you love it. You've been on it every day and you will not miss a day without it. And you're super excited for them and their journey. You can send them a video on immune system function or whatever you want. And in that email as well, give them a piece of education. We also know that with our clinics that it is crucial to educate the people that we meet and we get the pleasure of serving, because that's what we were put here for, right? And with this mission with Tues Plus, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
So,
and piggybacking on that, Misty, a lot of times, like I just got a lead yesterday. I get one every month, at least one, guys, it seems, okay, when you hit fast track. Now, the thing is if sometimes when they're going online, they maybe don't want to deal with us. And that's why Misty's, you know, hey, let me know how to reach out to you. But we can still add great value, like educating, like Misty said. But one of the things that I've noticed that maybe I haven't shared enough is it'll say like, hey, I got a trio, like the person ordered a trio, right? Or a duo, but there wasn't a health study with it. So I make sure when I call them, hey, I just noticed, you know, I don't know anything about you, but I'd love to help and get to know you and guide you through this. I noticed you didn't order a children's study with your order. I'm not sure if you're aware, and it doesn't even have to be your child if you don't have one, but you can put another child on this product for free for up to 4 years. If it's something to learn about, let me know. Yeah, so it's just a great way to kind of plug in and give you the opportunity to reach out to them again. So go ahead, Miss. Sorry about that.
yep. And then I was going to say too, if, for instance, if they ordered a duo, and even if they're a customer you spoke with, send them a quick video on the Omegas. Now we have those great bundle videos, right? So you can send them a video on that.
Misty, could you
Excuse
pull
me,
those up?
I
Would
have
you
a
mind?
question.
Yes, go ahead.
Just a question about that. It is possible to change the language of the video?
Change
Because
the
I would like,
language of the video.
yes,
You know-
I would like to send the video from my to my friend in France, and I wonder if it's possible to change the language. No.
I'm pretty sure it is. Eluge.
Okay.
There's a little planet on the front we can click, and I don't know this for sure.
Okay.
So I'm getting a lot of
Okay.
feedback. But yeah, when you change that, that will change the language, and I would assume it would change Freedom Revolution. Do you know that answer, Misty? For sure.
I don't know that answer. The only thing I would say is, if nothing else, just have them put their, what did you call the caption? Have them put the caption on so they can read it in French while they're watching it. But I think we can reach up and talk to Beth, and we'll ask her for you. And if nothing,
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey,
Absolutely.
hey, Misty, before you're done, we'll just test it because I'm almost positive it will. Because I had a lady today I spoke to from Romania. They just opened up in Romania. So if we go out, I think you'd have to change on the main page, Misty, where the planet is.
Okay, let's give it a try.
Yeah, let's see. Hey, we want to build globally, right? So, now change the language. No, you'd have to change the language too. See right there.
No, we'd already changed the language.
Oh, my bad. Awesome. So
Okay.
now,
But it's in German.
is there a Freedom Revolution?
Hold on, it's in German. 1 second.
Deutsch.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Mission driven model. I think it does. Cross your fingers.
Yes. I hope.
You have to translate for us, Luge, but you know.
Okay.
I can translate, but yes, we are going to try.
This is the document. So now the problem is I can't read which things are videos and which things.
Oh.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I will
Look at it. Okay.
check. Yes, and I will let you know. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
taught us something today. Isn't that great?
Hey, Misty, you said that you could do caption though, right? So
For sure, she could do subtitles. You know, they could turn their subtitles on, and I'm sure watch the video that way. But this would be way better. She's right. So hopefully that is the case, and those videos are in the other languages. But I can't imagine that we would be in those countries and not have
a
videos
video, right.
in their language. So let us know if you have any problems finding that. So back to the training, make sure you go through and look at those customer care. Again, it's super, super important. All right. And then, the other thing to think about is if they're responding to you, send them something that makes them feel good. Always try to exceed people's expectations, right? So, like for instance, send them a shake sample, send them gummy samples, something along those lines. Have him check his text messages.
I did, I texted you.
Okay. All right, sorry, my son's leaving. I think he's not supposed to be, but I think he is. So anyway, so the other thing I wanted to go over is Facebook parties. Do we have time? I think so. So one of the things we talked about this last week on our Summer Crush was one of the ladies had done a Facebook party and it had gone very well for her over the summer. And so that's how she actually made Summer Crush, which is a great event that we all got to participate in. So one of the things she said is you can use a Facebook party to help launch somebody. I thought that was a great idea. She said, Beth said we should be doing 2 things for each launch. Maybe one's a friends and family, one could be a Facebook party, things like that. And you could even do the launch around Add More Good. And if you remember, Add More Good is the extra shake that you can add on right now to those family healthy starts. So we have that till the end of the year. So we can absolutely do launches like that around a Facebook party. So anyway, a couple of things. I had an idea while we were going through the meeting. And then I was looking in Freedom Revolution today at the training, and under events and presentations, I wanted to show this to you really quickly. They have some information on here on how to do those things, how to have Facebook parties and things like that. So if you scroll down, you will see that there are 4 presentations here. These are Shred 10 and Healthy Living, Juice Plus presentation, and then the business presentation is here as well. And then event trainings. There's a hosting events, how to fill a room in 30 days, effective inviting, a simple way to yes, and a follow-up after the event. So there's, again, some fantastic information here. So I encourage you, these are all short videos, like 6 to 10 minutes. So I encourage you to go through and watch those. I'm sure it'll spark some ideas. But my thought was, what if we all host together a holiday healthy event? So we would do a Facebook event page for it. I can post it on my page. We can all invite for it and prepare together for it, just like we would these meetings. And what we would do then is anybody who signs up for it that you invited, you'll send them a packet. And we could do a couple different things. The packet could have gummy samples or, a bar sample. But my thought was, what if we got shake samples and we sent them a shake sample and instructions on how to make a shake? And then we do it together during the call. And then we go over the shakes and what they're all about. So this would be kind of like a mini Shred 10, 10 to 15 minute talk. So we would just talk about how to get holiday healthy. And we would go through, and then this would give them a chance to try the shakes so they know they like them. And then we would just go through the Shred 10 protocol with them. So that was kind of my idea. We could even make it a wine night, if we want to, for them, if they want to have their glass of wine with them. And then we could just gear up for it together. So that was pretty much my idea. And I wanted to run it by all of you today and see what you thought.
Shoot, yeah, let's do it.
Thumbs up if you're in.
Monica said she doesn't want any wine. Monica, I just remember when Odyssey came over and you guys, I called you guys and you guys were doing your thing and my wife's got I was cracking, sorry. She's FaceTime. We have no kind of fun.
All right, so I love this. I think building for it together would be fantastic. And what a great way to share with other people this holiday season how to stay healthy, right? Because I know so many people are not only in not a great place this year in general, but through the
Oh.
holidays, it gets really tricky. So I know I've done Shred 10 twice this year and it's helped me both times. So I would be really excited to share this with other people and how to do it. So.
Piggybacking on Misty's saying, Dr. White might remember this, but it's something like, I believe, if I remember correctly, heart attacks happen over the holidays, 53% higher rates, guys. And that's because of all the mental stress, not even talking about what's happened, as Misty alluded to, with the world catching on fire, right? And when you're stressed, your blood vessels constrict, they become inflamed, they can't produce nitric oxide, so they shut down. And when the system's inflamed, cholesterol gets damaged in deposits. So you're not only shrinking that artery, but you're clogging it. And that's what leads to that's what bleeds and blowouts and all these things. So we have research to show how this product influences and enhances that, the cardiovascular effect over and over and over again, guys. So it's just, how many people, in your family's been suspect to heart disease, cancer. These are all things that are completely, you can prevent things just by what you put into your mouth. So
maybe we could have somebody, either you or Jason, do some of the science behind that and the why behind what they should, making those changes and keeping their stress levels a little bit, talk about some of those other things besides Juice Plus. And then I can go through and do the Shred 10 program with them while everyone's enjoying their shakes maybe, and talk about, what that looks like and how the process is and what to do for that. So,
hey, Misty, let me make sure I'm understanding. Yeah, that sounds awesome. So are you saying, like, if people sign up for the event, it gives us time to share with them the shakes, and then they'll have them eat the shakes as we're doing the talk? Is that what you were kind of thinking? Am I understanding that right?
We can do it a couple different ways. We can do it lots of different ways, but my thought was we'll create a Facebook event. We'll invite to the event. We'll go live at a certain time and date. And so that'll be posted on that Facebook event. And so we can put content on there beforehand just to do like some fun giveaways, or we can do that if we want to, but we don't have to. She said, Pam, who was the one was sharing with us, she said she didn't do any giveaways at all. She just put a couple tidbits, and then right the few days before, she started kind of gearing up and adding some informational things, maybe a video, things like that. And then we can send the shakes out if we want to in advance and just have them shake them up with water. Or what we could do is a fun little recipe that Juice Plus sends us, and we could have them, get the ingredients beforehand if they'd like to, and make their shake before the event and then drink them while we're all together. We can do it lots of ways. We can talk more about that.
Well, they use them all the time to bake. I don't know how many of you guys do that too, right? So, instead of eating cookies and stuff, you can actually eat, plants. It's awesome idea too. So,
yeah, I use mine in my energy balls. So we could do something like that if we don't want to have them make a shake. But I like the idea of them tasting the actual shake, because in the Shred 10, they're going to be drinking them. So
sure.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. So
absolutely.
Just a couple thoughts. I'm excited for it. I think it could be a really great event. Honestly, I'm pretty pumped for it, because this is the time of year people are really wanting to make a difference. So December is the month to really go into that kind of mode for people. So I think that we should shoot for sometime in December. That gives us quite a few weeks to get ready. So
awesome. Pick a date. Let's do it.
Love it.
Anybody have any questions? Elou's, so wonderful to meet you, young lady.
Thank you. Me too.
Nice to see you.
I need more time because it's the beginning for me, but maybe next time I will have a lot of questions.
No, absolutely. We're here. So if you need anything, reach out to Laura, and then this works right up the line. So whatever you need.
Yep.
Okay.
We also have these recorded, Elou's. So if you want to take them, or you want us to send you a copy, we can, so you can watch it.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. I'll tag it in what I'll do is I'll put the YouTube link in the messenger, so everybody has it, and then I'll also tag it to Team Prosperity. So.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hey guys, great meeting. Thank you, Misty, so much. All you guys, man. So if I can be any help, let me know. I'm gonna go back to the palm tree. I'm gonna put some light bulbs, whatever they call it. What do they call those things?
Christmas lights.
Christmas, I don't even know what they call these things anymore.
And I want to challenge everybody too this week before we meet on Tuesday next week to watch one thing on Freedom Revolution. One video, one Vimeo, something. Watch something under customer care or events. So I just want to challenge you to get out there and look through some information. So.
Yeah, or one a day, right? Fold some clothes, listen to some stuff, right? Clean the house. When you're shaving, don't cut yourself, Dr. White. Gotta keep it pretty, man.
That's easy, baby.
You too, Lance, Rusty, Ricardo. There's Stevie. Hey, you guys have a great night, guys. Bye,
right,
guys.
Bye.
Good night.